Selfless's stream was amazing. Like, I love his little like truth, like his tea spilling, like where he cracks the last straw, you know, and then he speaks his truth, and he's so articulate with his words, and Selfless got a calm demeanor, you know. Yo. Somebody there. Streaming hot tea split. Interesting, a Jewish Scientologist. That wasn't on the bingo card. With an American flag tie. Interesting. I love it. Child. Yeah, child. No childs are outside playing ever. Little kid right there. Again, I'm just sitting at the table. Interesting. There's a kid right there. I'm not going to zoom in or anything. It's like they're bringing the kids out so that they get us filming them, and then they're gonna say we're filming children. That's what I believe these children here are for. Honest to God, truth. Coursework. It's a trap. There it is. Yep. No, it's a that's what this play is. I'd put money on it. The naked trampoline thing, yeah, I think that could be part of it. I'm not sure. I think so. It could be. Like, people think, like, I love Selfless's stream today. He's got such a great delivery, and it sucks that he's not able to be outside protesting. He's so articulate with his words. And Pearl too. invite to detox from Cali stress and Michigan is always out here for you. Got 28 South. Ring Foxy 2. Okay. I remember that. Thank you. Could see them trying to frame you for CP trying to help. Selfless is so mindful. Very mindful. Alright, I'm going to continue cleaning my van. Thank you for the water and oranges. They were delivered and received. I unloaded the oranges. Oh, y'all. Look at the fuck D.O.A.'s got. They're going to use children as bait. Yeah. Did you see Becky? I think she's behind the corner. Yeah, I saw her. I think she wants to be part of the group still. But when you have people like Katie Kidman, who's like lying about family being in Scientology, and lying and being with someone who's talking, again, we're talking about people that are just like so manipulative. Thank you, thank you, Minion 75. It's official. I'm officially media. Does it say investigative reporter? The bearer of this meet reporter. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's badass. Defender of Ant News. Great picture. I got a press vest. Anti-media. D.o.A. It's dope. Super dope. Love it. Yeah, very professional looking. I love it. I got my press pass. I'll wear that on the 6th. And I might wear my cape on the 6th. But on the 20th, I'll have my badge out in DC. DC's gonna be fucking lit, y'all. You guys, we're gonna have a grand old time. The kid's trying to go back inside. Mom's going after kid. Well, she's leaving us in suspense. Yeah, DC's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to every second of it. Okay, close. I didn't get to be there. Yeah. All right, let me turn. Let me see. Hotel Harrington in downtown Geneva. Yeah, I don't understand. You know what though? This is what's great about obsessions. All these people are like drama, and some of y'all like to drama bond. I like to drama bond. Drama's a great fucking thing. Okay? Too much drama and you're gonna be fucking overwhelmed. I'm gonna try to come before Christmas, Welderman. I'm trying to hammer a day here. I just told Laura that I think I want to do the front struts the front shocks over at your house, if that's okay. In case I can't get the tops off. Sometimes I have trouble with the front struts, so I was thinking about possibly doing it right in front of your place. Who's this? So yeah, so right, there's a kid coming. So what was I trying to say? All right, let's change that. No kids. I'll do my best to have the kids on the stream, although I know that I can. 6 is going to be fire. Front shocks, Welderman. Yes. Front struts, front shocks. Wait, she's coming down with the kid. Let's put it over here. Yeah, what is LASD? You can hear the cycle music already. See the 6. Can't wait, man. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. I gotta get a clasp for my cape. I think I'll be rocking the cape. School district, sheriff department. Yeah. Dirty lens. All right, I'm gonna put on. Well, Scientology up north, Miriam got 5 privacy claims. I got both the LED banners going right now. Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple bigger LED things. I'm also gonna put Phil Jones up on here too. You gotta grab it out of Laura's thing, the missing one, and I'm gonna fly that all the time. He paid for that. That's supposed to be flown at the occupation, but I'm gonna fly it on the van. Yeah. Who's at the Freedom Corner? Chat's gonna learn about the Freedom Corner. We're bringing them to the Freedom Corner. Yeah, he's gonna learn about Freedom Corner. There's some pretty vile humans that hang out there. We should do an intro, like an introduction to Freedom Corner. I'll come on if you want to host it. That could be cool, man. Show the characters, what their biggest crimes are, why we dislike them all. Your chat disappeared. No, your chat's right here. We see you. I don't see anything before that. Get you and bum sugar nipples. Hey, I ended up coming over here. I was like, hey. Have you seen Long Island Audits? No, I have not. Baby, don't tell him my pet name. I'm trying to keep some of my man cards here. We can make it after the New Year. Okay, cool. 1, 2. I'm down. All sides and back. Yeah, I want to get some big. I like the regular, the digital message at night is great. Like right now, me sitting here is amazing. All right, I'm gonna turn something on though, and I'm gonna go clean up the back of my van for a little bit, and leave you guys to it. So please fucking behave in here. No. No. I think sugar nips are a feeling. Oh, here, hold on. Let's talk about this. Let me get this out. Fucking Selfless. That was fucking awesome. I love Selfless. Great fucking stream, man. Witch Share. Another shout out to Witch Share. Fucking amazing work. If you missed it the other day, me and Ashley were here. Was that last night? Yeah, last night me and Ashley were here. I have successfully safe pointed the Circle organization, which is the LAPD's arm for the homeless. They stopped by L. Ron Hubbard Way yesterday looking for me and looking for missing children. So they stopped by to say hi. Scientology about 6 weeks ago tried to use that against me. They tried to say there was a homeless person here, and I had just gotten there. So I went and talked to the lady. I walked all the way down L. Ron Hubbard Way with them. And so that was a big win. That was a success story yesterday, y'all. And so we're making moves. They're literally they're an arm of LAPD. The police literally, the advocacy group for the homeless came by to make sure there wasn't any escaped children. So fucking amazing, right? So we got that going on. That was a win and a success. And we're going to talk a little about Angry Gray Pope here, since we got tea and all the drama bonding and all that shit. Let's do it. You know, that's what you fucking sickles want. You want the drama bond. Some of you are not here for the drama. I'm not here for the drama. I'm out of here. Time to depart. Thank you. It was great until all the drama. I can't handle the interpersonal. I can't entertain all the personal little drama here. I'm just here for protesting. Oh my God. I can't believe how aggressive he is. You fucking sickos. It's okay, D.o.A. It's just chat. We know what's best. Did you eat today? Did you poop? So, yeah, once again. So, okay, chat, I'm fucking done, you psychopaths. So Angry Gay Pope, he went from attacking wheelchaired Scientologists to bringing his hatred onto streets. It appears streets didn't give up his phone number, you know? And so, or he never called them back. So there begins the saga. And Jessica allegedly is doing porn on the internet or something. I'm not sure if I think I need some music. What music would be good right now? Like, what type of music when we're just getting it out and we getting into the Angry Gay Pope stuff? Like, what I don't know. Let me think. What kind of music do we need? Like, what do we need as background music, y'all? Goodbye Horses. Goodbye Horses. We're gonna go with Davey because Davey's got the flyer tech and none of you guys else matter. Shit. You're probably gonna get me copyrighted. And so Angry Gay Pope decided that he was going to attack streets and poor D.o.A. He's got the goddamn swatting. I'm the self-swatter. Okay, man. Did you really go with that angle? Of all the angles that you could hate me, like, for all the angles that you could hate me for, like, for being a hypocrite, or not doing something I've said, or being too mean, or something about that, you chose self-swatting? That's your play? That's your fucking move, right? Jesus fuck. Because streets didn't call you back? You are the Angry Gay Pope. You're gay and you're angry, and I don't get the Pope shit. But good, this is great music, Davey. I'm not even sure if I've ever fucking heard it, but it's fucking perfect for the little AGP thing. So we're gonna talk about what he wrote to streets, and then we'll explore this a little bit. Okay. I'm loving it. I'm loving great fucking music. We needed some type of music, really when, you know, for the AGP fucking his little rant, that Angry Gay Pope, because he wants more love, and he does hang out with Jeffrey Augustine and Karen DeShay, and they have safe pointed the LAPD with their Kincaid paintings. Their second printings or whatever shitty stuff there is with art and all that shit. That shit's a little too foofy for me. And so he's working with them, and he doesn't understand what touching the doll means. But this was his rant to streets. I'm on Wikipedia and Sign and the Aftermath, and I was just at a protest. I never touched Angel. SB Spanglish and many others fundraise for me, which is great. Handing out business cards is what sane people do. So what's this about your kid being a crackhead? And the other one is dead? Also, my nose was never broken. Go back to your fans in the chat room while you shoot a video of the inside of your nose. Handing out business cards is what sane people do. Sane people. We hand out. We hand out business cards. We hand out. We hand out. We hand. And so, you need to recognize this. You need to watch Silence of the Lambs some night. Oh, we know about Silence of the Lambs. I know about Silence of the Lambs. So he got some of my self-swatting. So yeah, so serious protesters hand out business cards. Oh, we got another wheelchair. Well, where's Angry Gray Pope? Perfectly timing, Angry Gray Pope. We got a wheelchair one for you. They can't fight back. There you go, Angry Gray Pope. There you go, buddy. There's your wheelchair guy. Yeah, I'll get it to you, Hot Mama. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's okay, Gay Pope. The Angry Gay Pope was like at the protest for like a few minutes, and it was a bust. It's a bust. Run so Monday on the L. Ron Hubbard Way. I made the newspaper or I made some type of blog in yeah, I just don't understand. Like, I really had no issue. Like, Jess had just come to the Shrine Auditorium because Angry Gay Pope said something about her being in being a porn star or whatever. Yeah, so much drama. So much drama. I love it. What's this guy doing, man? What you doing, bud? Coming back from an auditing session. It's been a tough day. I don't know why he doesn't like me. He thinks I'm self-swatter. When I met him, I was like, oh man, it felt like it was like fake. Sandra is an instigator. It was like so fake. Like, that's the first time you meet me, you're just like a fake little bitch. That is called rape. Shame a woman for doing porn. A man should not be shamed. A man would not be shamed. OT Steve. Well, I didn't know about that shit with I didn't know that shit with him, but even like with Streets, like it's just like why the fuck, what the fuck. No drama. Oh. People need to be called out. Okay, let's watch a little. Did Nora and Laura do a stream? Oh, you know what I want? I want to listen to Surprise Witnesses. Oh, I'm gonna put this Wendy Williams thing on. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the. I'm just fucking doing a total fucking. So I'm done with the Angry Gay Pope. It really is not much. Like I don't understand the drama. I don't understand, like, literally these people have been coming out and literally, like, Streets views, they had like millions of fucking views, and they literally shut down. Nancy Nathaniel was like, oh yeah, at least the protesters shut down the recruiting, the testing center. Yeah. You gotta give credit where credit's due. We also won a fucking anti-slap against a Scientology restaurant. Supporting fucking rape. Like, that's huge. Me and Streets. I wouldn't have fucking gotten in touch with Dorothy if it wasn't for Streets, man. I owe a lot for that connection, because Dorothy's a fucking hero. She's a real hero. She's like fucking was a hero. She was a hero for Danny. She was a hero for Streets. She used to live near me. She used to do her own shopping by herself. Well, do you know? Well, okay. So the other. So the Wendy Williams, like all this shit, so like fucking attached and similar to how they're manipulating and twisting shit here in Hollywood. Hollywood's like the epicenter of propaganda, right? You have the mainstream media and propaganda through hero worship and idol worship. This is the I'm literally in the heartbeat of the propaganda. It really truly is. The whole Diddy shit, Epstein, all that shit is related. And it's related to Scientology through numerous streams, through Masterson, Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, through some of the music industry, and Diddy, and even the Britney Spears. Like you got Diddy's lawyers. Diddy's lawyer was at the Masterson fucking thing the other day in downtown LA. You got fucking you got all sorts of just shit, like, and this is like the epicenter of it. And so you had Diddy's lawyers, you had the Mendez brothers appeals lawyers all up in there. You had Britney Spears' father's conservatorship lawyer in there, and you got all these different connections, listening to Serge with the Elvis stuff, and Lisa Marie Presley, all that. They're just, Billy Joel's son's there, fucking, doing hate porn and using restraining orders, and it's just like they're all fucking like, all like just it's so fucking tight, but because, and then you got, okay, so this is where the tie into Wendy Williams and stuff. You have Justin Bieber with the Diddy stuff, and like there's way worse. As Serge says, there's way worse shit. The freak Scientology freak offs are way worse than the Diddy shit. But Wendy Williams, what's his name? Justin Bieber, he went to this like pastor in this church. So the surprise witness is like talking about, she did a video thing like a little while ago about, she did a video about the doctor, the super church doctor that the super church, I forget dude's name, that Bieber was like taking information from, right? And they're talking about holes in your head, and what's so cool about Surprise Witness, the Surprise Witness was behind a lot of that Free Britney stuff to end the conservatorship of Britney's, and tying back to Scientology and the shit, and Diddy, and it's all the same tactics, right? Serge said it. They've transcribed all their crimes. Like every crime is transcribed, and they're like, there's just chock full of fucking evidence of all this. Like someday there's gonna be a documentary with all those videos being fucking played. There's so much evidence of all this in here, and so Britney Spears was hanging out with Diddy right before the conservatorship. So I'm loving BJ Investigates. I'm loving her thorough research of the dockets. That's where you're gonna get a lot of the truth. It was cool to go to the Masterson thing, to see the trial, to be in the courtroom, and I appreciate everyone who's coming, and they're not coming for me, they're coming for Scientology, but I appreciate everyone that's been coming to these courthouses. The courtroom stuff is important. It's so fucking important. And like the people protesting out here, we become the non-group group, and a lot of that bonding is via the courtroom, man, and court support, because we're going through it all together. With that being said, Friday we got court for Solomon. And we were there for Scientology, but if we weren't for you, there'd be no pilot. You sound like a professional. And if we were there for no, we're all here for Scientology. Some of us just have different styles, and it's, just listening to Nora and Laura speak, that like really, that the language that they're using, as well as Serge, that it's breaking down that language so that we could understand that shit doesn't make any sense. Like, but I feel like I'm learning a lot, and I hope they do more on TRs and stuff like that to better understand what actually is the brainwashing. What specifically are they doing in the brainwashing? They're telling people that a cat's a dog or a dog's a cat, or that you got to believe, or you just got to believe what they say until they don't say. The breakdown of the actual mind control. But like, all the shit is drama, but like, even with the drama, let's say for this person sitting over at the corner right now, right? All sorts of drama. But there's people in that stream talking about the drama, but they're talking about Scientology. And so just the conversation, even if it's drama, is good for the whole thing. You got to be careful with the drama. The drama could be overwhelming, but that's life. There's always fucking drama. Nobody could get the fuck along, and we can't get along for a whole fucking number of reasons. Like, it's just part of it. Like, and it's just about, for a stream not about Scientology, he has mentioned it a lot. The Scientology, even with the haters and the crazies and shit, they're talking about Scientology, or they're hating on the personalities, but the message of Scientology is coming out. So some of that shit is entertaining. I love listening to some of the drama. I love listening to people spill the tea. I love people, and with Selfless, kind of spilling the tea on Eric Rader. I love Selfless and Pearl. The relationship with Eric Rader has made me feel, I don't know. I can't quantify what it made me feel, but it made me feel something. But I was like, maybe I'm seeing something different. And then Selfless came out and is talking about it, and we all have our different time of when we can accept the truths, and so sometimes I'm guilty of trying to like force it on people. And like, come on, say it, speak out loud. And I don't allow people the time it takes to see for themselves. Because a lot of us, including myself, I have to see it myself. I have to be in it. I have to experience it. And sometimes what you experience, others have not come to that point yet, or have not processed or seen what you saw, and it takes time, And so I am guilty of like trying to force it sometimes, and I think I cause a lot of some of the drama initially after the occupation, with me just being like, dude, these people are fucking, these people are working against us. They're not working together as some type of collective group to, they're not only not working together, but they're actively trying to tear it apart. And so, but the birds of the feather flock together. They all of them kind of hang out together. And yeah, besides some of the people who are just awful and making threats and stuff, a lot of the trolls are like harmless in their own like world, right? They kind of just exist. They can be critical. It's when they start really pushing out like these lies, these like big sets of different lies, that it becomes it becomes difficult. I've been wrong so many times. The one thing, and I don't mind people being wrong. We all make mistakes. It's how you handle those mistakes and fess up to it. And some of us, including myself, takes time to fess up to my own mistake. You need time. You need weeks, sometimes months. And so for me, character of a person relies not more on what they do, but how they respond to what they do. And everyone could continue being protesting and not like each other. There's all sorts of groups. The whole anti-Scientology movement is fractured, and it's there's like three big teams. There's like the protesters, like this new wave of protesting. There's your aftermath group, and then your SPTV group, and then some other groups, put up around, and but it's interesting how it is all kind of separate. Well, like I was being dead agent. I felt that dead agenting. The dead agency continues there, and they've used my old trolls. Just seeing that Scientology and the LAPD were interacting with Berkeley County, West Virginia, and that Scientology was going to extradite me back to West Virginia, shows this crazy collusion. And when I lost it, and this person over here is talking about me going in jail, and then I got the police coming, I got them violating my parole, like all that shit, that shit all added the fuck up, man. That shit all added up. almost in all situations, there's a percentage of guilt. You know, there really is. There's always a percentage of guilt. Everyone shares some type of percentage, even if it's a small percentage. But I absolutely love Selfless's thing today. In fact, let's listen to a little of Selfless's. I'm gonna go clean up for a little bit back here. No, it's okay. The thing is, it's okay to doubt me. I want you to doubt me. I want you to doubt me. I want you to ask questions. I want to be accountable to my actions. I'm not perfect. I fucking do shit that sometimes I don't even with intentions mean to hurt people, and I hurt them. And we all fucking should be able to be questioned and to be like, I don't believe you, and I'm gonna go and research now and prove that you're wrong. You're brushing my pot, babe. Like leaving your brush in my pot. Fruit flies, a little bit of guilt, just a little. No, I have no clue what you're talking about. I was wondering where that brush was. I actually asked Ashley if you fucking Lara, how dare you? No. Let's talk about this fucking brush. The brush has been sitting in my van. Davey gave me some mint. The mint added quite a smell to the wheat paste that didn't allow for fruit flies. And maybe there might have been some fruit flies, but the brush hardened the brush, okay? And if you put it in water. So I went upstairs and I said, hey, babe, just like in Blow. Hey, babe, can I use your pot to put this brush in and let it soak in water? She gave me that side eye look, and then she's like, okay, the pot, okay, yeah, sure. And then so she put it into the thing. And what did I do in the meantime? What did D.o.A do? D.o.A was out there. I believe what I was doing was getting the shocks in, and I didn't put them in backwards or upside down. Was it 48 hours? Okay, maybe I might be off with my timing here. I'm pretty sure it was just 24 hours. But either way, I went to look for the brush, and I couldn't find the brush, and you forgot. Yes, okay. But I did eventually go back, and I thought I was in water and would be safe because I got permission. And then I was like, oh, she cleaned it for me. Or I actually asked Ashley today. I was like, do you know what happened to the brush? And so yeah, so that's time isn't relative to Scotty. All right, anyways, we're gonna fucking, this is not protesting, okay? You fucking weirdos. You just don't want, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you interrupted. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We went to talking. I thought I was doing something important. Oh, we were going to listen to Selfless's thing. Here, I'm going to make you guys decide. Do you guys want to listen? Put one in the chat if you want to listen to Selfless's little tea dropping, or two in the chat to listen to some of Doug's stuff. Scientology Doug stuff. Oh, yes, we got the ones. All right. It's anonymous.
To get killed.
Okay.
On a sidewalk with a 9 on his hip, grabbing me by the fit. But we have proof positive that the calls were coming from inside the org the whole time. And so all of this insane...
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to hear all of his calls.
...to a very strong ideological bent. A very strong ideological bent. And usually that's what destroys things like this. Is that one side or the other believes that they have the only method to move forward, and they go to war with like another faction. This was like in the civil rights movement, this is women's rights, this is the ecology movement, this is AIDS action, that this is Anonymous was split in so many different ways. But when and I've been saying this for quite some time, when it becomes untenable and when people leave is when there's this inter-warfare, right? And so I'm not going to dehumanize you, Eric. I really liked you up until a point when you started to be kind of mean and weren't really explaining yourself very well for doing that. And not just to me. So, quite untoward. So, I'm not going to dehumanize you. I'm not going to call you evil. You're not evil. I think you're mistaken about some things. I think that you have the wrong end of the stick. And I think you're spending a lot of energy tilting at windmills, generally, when it seems as though you were more honest at the very beginning, when you were having trouble with the movement, that you were triggered and you couldn't be down there and you couldn't be doing the work and you couldn't be at Blue and you couldn't this and you couldn't that. And that's, everybody chooses their level of involvement. And I thought you did it so smart. You know, you pivoted, you showed this way that's a lower barrier of entry for most people to be able to engage in something that's in the real to get the message out. And that was super, super productive. And I think it's helpful to yes and people rather than to say I have the only truth that's out there. Because in making those statements, I think you don't understand exactly how ignorant you make yourself out to be. Because what you're saying is that any protest of any kind of confrontational nature is nothing, to be considered as an effective tactic. And that's just ahistorical. It does not bear scrutiny. Measured up against all of the social justice movements of the past century or more, all of them contained confrontation, contained vitriolic language, contained maybe epithets, right? And slogans that may paint the object of your ridicule in a bad light. And it's almost the most American thing ever if you look at the history of like political cartoons. They're intense. But public protest has always been that. From the labor movement at the turn of the 20th century to civil rights, to the ecology movement, to the women's movement, to all of it. There's always been this confrontation. And there's always been this difference in tactics, and kind of along these same lines in all of these movements to some degree. And again, to me, it becomes untenable when you try to cut each other off at the knees, and you use the language of dehumanization to do it. So, me and my partner and several other people that have gone out there and risked their very skins being called evil. Now, you may not agree with everything that we do, and maybe we don't agree with everything that we do, but at this point, you're saying there can be no mistakes made, right? And the other thing, Eric, you supported us through all of this, cheerleaded us through all of this stuff that you're now decrying. So, I mean, thanks a lot for that. That was, great setup there for us. Those of us who will actually, take on the cops and take on the armed security guards and take on like the top OSA agents in the face, face to face, this close, with the people running the dirty tricks and surviving it and being successful at it. That was, Pearl Snappy at the Ideal Org opening here, right? So this confrontational style, it was so unsuccessful that it shut down business at the Austin org. How many kids do you think we kept out of there by our continued presence? Is that not a success? I would say it is. I would say that's far more success than like the vain hope of having like a whole lot of Scientologists get out of there, right? Maybe the best we can do is to keep the kids at the University of Texas at Austin from ever going in there and taking it seriously, and that was our main focus. No more kids. No more kids in Scientology. Not the criminals, right? Not the pedophiles, the groomers, the child traffickers, to be coddled as they try to have us killed by the police on the street while they assault us directly, multiple times, multiple different individuals, make up every story in the world, try to have us blown off the street. So we've been swatted, here in Austin, and in Texas, I mean, it might seem a little more severe, a little bit. definitely terrifying. And I know that there's some idea about these calls being fake. Well, I'm here to tell you they're not. I'm here tonight to show you that they're not.
Yeah.
I'm here to show you an incident where an individual is making a false call against me, where I went out on July the 24th, 2024 in front of the Austin Ideal Org. And under 30 minutes, they have the cops on me, fake weapons call. So cops respond, lights and sirens, multiple cops, ready for that. Because of the claims made by this Scientologist. Now, we have multiple calls. This isn't the only one. We have the records. Like, these people identified themselves. They identified themselves by name. They gave their phone numbers. Right? So, 911 calls are public record. So, that would be on them. But we have proof positive that the calls were coming from inside the org the whole time. And so all of this insane conspiracy theory stuff about us possibly ever thinking of doing this to ourselves. I've had it done to me, and I have the proof in my hand. So I'm living proof that that's all bullshit. And not only that, but a disgusting, vile, injurious lie about an event where my life was at risk.
Yeah, goddamn
easily
right.
at risk. And so there are those that say in this movement that it's not serious. It's not life and death. Well, they make it that way. Okay? Even if you're nice, even if you play by all the rules, they'll do this as long as you're effective. Like, whatever the escalatory pattern. Like, Cubs got a death threat, right? Doesn't matter. Like, if you graze somebody with a nipple, they'll go hammer and tongs on you. It doesn't matter. You want to play footsie with child traffickers, go right the heck ahead. Okay? That method is going to be the key to opening up everything. It would have been done by now. Mark Bunker was that for years and years and years. The kind as you want, walking right into the lion's mouth, putting his head in there. And when you're going up to blue and it's crawling with people, and as soon as he walks up, he's got 3 or 4 of them flanking him, walking around him, body checking him, doing the whole thing that we get. Head's got to be on a swivel out there. It's no joke. It's no joke, and maybe some of you might remember what it looked like at the Ideal Org opening here in Austin, what they threw at them, and then the escalation the next weekend of what they threw at us in Chicago. The first day, I had an armed security guard for Scientology block my right-of-way on a sidewalk with a 9 on his hip, grabbing me by the shoulders and stopping my progress. Okay, day 1. At the end of that day, I was assaulted by one of the setup techs who ran up behind me and spit on the back of my head. First day. Second day, within 5 minutes, I was threatened with arrest by Commander Harris. And we were all threatened with arrest. As that was happening, a 70-year-old autistic man was being assaulted by 3 members of Scientology security on the other side of the block. And throughout the day, we saw them engage in ADA violation after ADA violation, assaulting students, assaulting disabled students, trying to get access to the dorm immediately, trying to get access to everything in that community immediately, paying off the cops already. That had already been done. That was clear. But people want to think that this is just like, romper room. And again, Eric, I don't know when you've ever stepped on the field for any other social justice, anything in your life, other than right now. I say, I've done it like kind of perennially since I was 12 years old for a number of different things. I've been on the street, I've survived it. I've survived the bad days. Anti-war protests with the cops, when it's like literally street warfare. And you're just trying not to get killed. Okay? So to say that this is not what this takes sometimes, and especially in the case when lives are on the line, when children's lives are on the line, and in the face of the kind of more controversial and confrontational protesters being the most effective, easily. Streets, D.o.A, Lara, Danny, Pearl. The people that take it to where it needs to go, and also exercising their civil rights to the line of what's allowed, because if you don't exercise your civil rights to demonstrate and have redress of whatever grievances, then those things will be taken away from you piece at a time. If you don't exercise them, it's use it or lose it. And so to me, this talk denigrating myself and a whole lot of people that have done a whole lot of good here just can't pass. Can't pass without comment.
Goddamn right.
I never wanted to have to do this. I never wanted to have to be here saying this. I wanted to be supporting that person. It was what I regarded as one of my greatest successes, is giving anybody the opportunity who is under the radar to like tell their fucking story. And it was gorgeous for me, to me. And the friendship was great. It's difficult communicating with me sometimes. I'm a very nervous person, and so it's either like I'm hiding under a rock or I'm talking too much because I'm nervous. And so, it's not the easiest thing to be my friend, certainly. I wouldn't say that I'm perfect or whatnot. I'm not. And I've certainly made mistakes with the show, and I'll make more. But like, the kind of ignominious departure to the deletion of all of the Thursdays at 2 on his side, to the denigration of most of the people that I care about and would throw myself in between them and the police immediately, and to have them run down and dehumanized by somebody that is just, I'm sorry, emotionally unhinged, won't stand. When I put my entire life on the line. My entire life. Everything that I have, like all of my security, my living situation, everything. And yeah, I probably wouldn't have said it if it wasn't for like, the kind of dehumanizing stuff, and especially going after people I know probably won't speak for themselves. And so I'll be the one to bark back at you.
Yeah.
I'll be the one. If you think nobody's going to do it, because you're acting like a bully. You're acting like one. I don't think you're one. I think you're scared. I think you're scared and you're grasping at things, and maybe people are giving you the wrong idea. I don't know. You stop talking to me about anything, and then you start running me down. Well, no, you don't get away scot-free. I'm sorry. So yeah. As I was saying, I was going to show you some proof. And even talking about it, listening to this freaks me out. Like cold sweats shaking. I am messed up over this, and it traumatized me when it happened. I nearly burst into tears when it happened because it was just so absurd, and I knew the danger that I could just feel it. And because I was already traumatized from being assaulted and having all this stuff, like assaulted in multiple cities, a knife pulled on me in LA, like all the things, my shit stolen out of my car's stolen, right? Then attacked very much by this organization, physically, all the ways. So, thank you, Pearl. I'm not even looking at the chat, and I just noticed because I saw your name. Thank you. As you can tell, I'm really emotional. Didn't want to do this. Still fighting this court case, and one of the last things I wanted to have happen was to have to leave the stage for any period of time, but it's like I got to look at the long run, and whatever I'm going to be doing next, I'm certainly going to learn from this and be able to do it better and smarter. But yeah, this has been really hard and terrifying, demoralizing, and so yeah, I don't know. Let's see, where's this file? My folder, because that's where the CAT document is. So where would I put that? Sorry guys, 1 second. I didn't know that.
You should have it in Google Drive. But I did print it out too. If you have it digitally, share.
So, yeah, the cat is pretty catty. So thanks for bearing with me. That would look. I don't think he's a fake. I don't know what's up. I don't know what he's doing. Like, I think that the work that he's done, besides denigrating people, has been great. And if he wasn't on a crusade to totally like annihilate anybody that's connected to D.O.A, then I think this wouldn't be happening. And, you know, if he could get some amount of assistance to be able to work through this rather than being in a cycle of like rage and recrimination. I don't think, you know, I wouldn't say fake or anything. Like, his history is like what he suffered through is that he survived a lot. But the thing is, another point is that even if you survive something, you survive this cult, you survive some other cult, you survive abuse of all sorts, doesn't give you license to do anything like this. Okay, doesn't give you license. It's not an excuse for anything. Okay, second gens or any other victim of abuse is not absolved of all blame. Okay, I'm not, because I was raped as a 5-year-old. No one is. Okay, like, there are ways of explaining things like behaviors or things that you get stuck in, but it's not an excuse. Okay, and the law doesn't recognize that either. So yeah, saying nobody should attack second gens when it's like, no, it's pick your second gens, I guess, you know, because like there's a lot of crossfighting now. And the thing is, like, any idea that survivors of Scientology were a monolith about anything, that they agreed on all points about like methods of protest, about who they want to support, no, they don't. I can say firsthand that is not true. It's not true. Not a monolith, and shouldn't be. And it's beautiful that it's not. I love the differences of opinion because, goddamn it, they're not mine, and I learn from them. I'd rather learn from them. I'd rather learn than not. So, yeah. But when you're going after people that you know aren't going to answer for themselves and, you know, are weak, and you think that you've got them under your thumb, that's a bully. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think so. Thank you. Which will be damn handy. Thank you very much. Yeah. So there it is. Save to downloads. And so I can, okay, so I'll show that. Maybe I can present that. So, yeah. Shirley Ford, I've been suffering under this court case, and that coinciding with like a bunch of kind of behind the scene betrayals and other things in my life going kind of wrong, I have experienced for the past couple of months at least, and kind of leading up to it, but the past couple of months, a severe depressive downturn. And it's been very difficult for me to see the good in myself, to see my connection to anything, to see meaning in things, and to like engage in music, my family, friends, anything. Because when I get into this state, I can't, like, there isn't a future for me. So I've dealt with suicidal ideation since I was 12 years old.
Aww.
Because of my early childhood trauma, when I hit adolescence, like, it broke. There was a part of my mind that is always looking for the way to get off of this fucking merry-go-round. And it's not something that's going to go away. It's something that I have to manage. It's something that I have to present positive energy against entropy. And so that's where I've been for the past 2 months, under a rock, and licking my wounds, and feeling very sorry for myself, and being very overwhelmed. Yeah, so maybe many of you know anxiety and depression. It can manifest itself physically, so that like you'll physically feel pain at the like thought of the presence of like a number of thoughts or emotions, and which it'll be like literally touching a hot stove. And especially, you know, if it leads to like, well, the anxiety and depression kind of like fog of everything, where like, because your thoughts are so negative and racing, you're not able to see clearly how you're relating to people. You're not able to see clearly other people's intentions towards you. And once you get to that point, you start to go kind of out of sight, around the corner from everybody. And so I'm not quite there, but, and, you know, trying to rely more on the resources around me to buoy me better. But yeah, that's where I've been. I mean, I think any of us who have faced down like some harder days where the cops are right up in front of your face, or if we've been assaulted, or have had the guns drawn on us, we have trauma. And it's not a joke. And it will reverberate through a fair amount of your life. It's not something that you'll probably forget. It's something that you can better or worse manage, but it's not going to go away. And so, I know personally that, like, maybe my family could have not, had, the son and the uncle and the brother anymore because of the position that I put myself in. And to have that be valued at zero, again, I won't have it. So, thank you all for listening to that. Thank you for the outpouring of support. I know that a lot of people in this community know what the heck I'm talking about and have been close to these spaces. And I also know that there isn't a bottom. There isn't a worst. At the bottom, there is no bottom. It keeps going. And so if you think it's the worst, if you heard the worst, think again. And if you think you're it, think again. So, not to say, and that's not to minimize anybody's damage, but it's the Olympics of the thing. It's pretty useless. You can scale them for different outcome severity, behavioral, stuff like that. Psychology and psychiatry has to do that all the time. But, okay, so I've been trying to ramp myself up to actually do this because it's not easy. But I think this needs to be shared. I think more people need to know what's happening when they see us being encountered by the police right before it. So hopefully this works. I just rendered this right before. That's why I was late coming on. Just a really quick and dirty iMovie thing. So I'm gonna give it a whirl. Hopefully this works.
Officer 911, do you need police, fire, EMS, or mental health services?
Police?
What address do you need them at?
2200 Guadalupe.
2200 Guadalupe, what's your name?
Pardon?
Is that the Church of Scientology?
Yes, we're there. So, dispatchers are, they're already aware. Just by the address and by the volume of calls. And if you look at the full CAD, for which, I mean, we need to do more extensive stuff, but looking at the number of fire and police calls to 2200 Guadalupe, there is no question why dispatch knows what the address is and what it is, because they know that the city has been wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars on these responses and using the brave, good people who serve this community to do this dastardly work. So yeah, no, they already know. They already know.
What's your name?
Caden, C-A-D-I-N.
And a contact number for you, Caden?
What?
What's the contact number for you?
323-320-7571. Oopsie.
What's going on?
We have one of the protesters outside. He's been questioned for the past hour. Okay, so this call, and the response came before 30 minutes had passed when I had shown up at this org on this day. And you can look back to my video on the 27th or the 24th of July, 2024, to see exactly what I was doing and when the cops arrived. I wasn't there for an hour. I wasn't aggressive. I'd closed down the blinds. I had said child trafficking is abuse into the door, and I was writing Scientology is a child trafficking cult. And that's what I was doing, talking to the camera when the police arrived. So not an hour, not aggressive. Security escorted him out of the building. Oh, I will never step foot in that building. Not one time. Not even on the awning that they have. Not on their stairs, not on the back alley where the concrete line is. Not at all. Try not to brush up against or breathe on their building because, we understand what we're doing. This, pain inside the lines. So. And he's come back a couple of times. He's literally walked into the building 4 or 5 times, right? Okay, so it went from a couple times to 4 or 5 times that I was in and out of the building, right? And this is just to make me seem like some crazed person on the street who's just in and out of the building wah.
Where is he now?
He's standing out front, threatening to kill our security guard. Okay, so now we get to the real deal here. So now I'm threatening the the ending of somebody somehow. With no such words pass my lips. No such thing. Thank you very much. Oh, this is brilliant. Ain't my thing. Now I might not be nice to child traffickers because I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should be nice. I don't think you should coddle people who are criminals, who mean to do harm to the community that they're in. Now maybe they are deluded. And I don't think that's a maybe. They're deluded, right? But ignorance of the crime, ignorance of the harm, I don't think excuses you. And what might be more honest is to indicate, oh, you are so far out of line with morality and justice and reality and information and learning and all this stuff. Everything that you say is a lie. And everything that you're doing is assisting a criminal enterprise. So, okay, so I got on a tangent.
Have a weapon in his hand?
Oh no! So I threatened somebody and now I have a weapon?
He's standing out front, threatening to kill our security guard.
Does he have a weapon in his hand?
We don't know where the shotgun went, but he does have a pistol in his waistband.
Okay. We don't know where the shotgun went. On that day, I was wearing shorts, cargo shorts, mind you. The cargo shorts don't hold that much. It was cargo shorts and a t-shirt. It was July in Texas. And so there is no way on God's gray earth that he could have possibly seen anything that could have possibly resembled anything like that. And so at this point, I'm threatening, I'm crazed, I'm armed. This is to set a scenario in which the cops are going to come, guns a-blazing, and perhaps blast me off of the sidewalk. If I make the wrong move, if I look the wrong way to them when they arrive, perhaps that would happen. This is the point that I'm making. This is what we are facing. This is what D.O.A. faced all the freaking times that he faced. Death. And the constant threat of death.
Okay.
He's saying that you're going to kill all Scientologists today.
Nothing of the sort, obviously. So not only am I armed, I threaten the one person, I'm like an unhinged person making terroristic threats, this person now says, in order to have me killed by the police. Now, the live stream of mine shows conclusively that none of what is claimed here actually happened. I want to make that as clear as possible. I went there alone. I didn't have any backup that day, in that moment. And so they were trying to get the worst possible case scenario thing to happen to me when I was alone there in front of the org.
He's also throwing stuff into the building to throw a couple of eggs in.
I threw a couple eggs. I've been in and out. So it's a hat on a hat on a hat on a hat. So I had a shotgun. Don't know where that went. Now I have a pistol, right? So eggs. I've made all these threats. It's impossible. None of this happened. Not a single piece of it. There's a continuous bit of video that shows all of it not happening the whole time. All like 25 minutes.
He also threw in a bundle of burning newspaper.
Okay, I think she's furiously typing all the things. There's a lot of claims, and it's growing. So make no mistake.
Is he white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
No way.
Do you work at this church?
Pretty pale.
Yes.
There he is.
And what's he wearing? What color shirt? What color pants?
I'm wearing black pants and a blue t-shirt. It's on the phone. Can I call exactly what it was?
Okay. Did he seem like he was on drugs or intoxicated? You couldn't tell.
It's probably...
Very on drugs, not alcohol.
Yeah,
Okay.
so out of my mind, and is what they're saying.
Won't take a sunglasses off, but people...
It's the middle of the summer, a blindingly sunny day in Texas. I won't take my sunglasses off.
Is everyone inside the church with the door shut?
Yeah, we don't have the doors locked now because he just opened the door and aimed a gun at somebody again.
Okay, so they're saying that I'm threatening everybody there, that I'm gun up, threatening, like opening the door and like pointing into like the a saloon in the Wild West or something. No such thing happened. Okay. Oh, geez, thank you. And gee whiz, thank you so much. Thank you for being here and being a constant source of support for all of us. And sage advice and pretty neutral arbiter out there. Like one of the best of us out there. Thank you so very much. And congratulations to anybody that got one of these memberships. Have fun with that. Hopefully there's going to be more coming as I've been under this silly rock. I've really just set my mind on fire. But, I'm starting to wake up to like perhaps why. I don't know. I've had a bunch of people who are like slowly poisoning me behind the scenes, like over and over and over again since I stepped on the street, and I have people trying to kill me all the time. Oh, I wonder, I might might be a little stressed out by that. So, Ancasillus, thank you so very much. Definitely need this to keep this side of things going. I don't know about need, but it's great. Thank you. So where are we? Oh, right. So it's, shotgun. They don't know where that went. They think I have a pistol. I'm crazy. I'm on drugs. I threw eggs. I threw in newspaper, and now I've pointed a gun at people in the front door. So they say, which is totally not true, which is shown in my live stream. It's just unedited video.
And, okay, don't open it, okay?
Don't open the door. I
just
gotta.
go inside with you. I'd say about 40 to 50. They're all on the second floor, and I'm on the main floor. Okay.
He evacuated the first floor. That was not the case. There were tons of activity.
Well, they're going for yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Stay inside with the door lock that you have upstairs and out, okay? They'll make contact with you after they make contact with him. Can you still see him or no? I'm watching on camera. He's literally putting gloves on now. Okay. And he's just now ready and talking everywhere.
Yeah, because I didn't, I was sick of having my hands dry completely out. So, I went out on the road with work gloves, and I don't know I guess using work gloves is a crime. Now, that's very suspicious that I would use work gloves and do something artistic. But when you have all of the rest of the story, all the threats, then you connect it to what they're going to encounter, which is me just chalking, which is all that I had been doing. Just chalking in front of the door, on the sidewalk near the door. So they're going to encounter that as the reality, and if they believe any part of the story, they might make that connection. And so I think that's what this person is trying to do, is like all the lies are now connected to this one bit of truth that you're going to see visually, and so maybe you'll believe me.
You guys are a bunch of rapists. You guys are kids today. That's all fucking kill everyone of you. I hope you all die.
It's a total lie. But no, child auditing is child abuse is what I yell into that door.
On your building. Like, whoa.
Never would. Okay, I've said this to the police several times, okay? Because it was just about every time that we went out there, they'd call the cops and they'd be honest, right? And so we'd have some conversation with them about the interaction, and Scientology would try to say everything that we're doing is illegal, and the police would have to tell them that absolutely everything that we're doing is legal and they can't even cite us. So, they would be like, okay, so you keep your distance, so it's no physical contact, blah, blah, blah. And, my position is, like, I will take hits. I will be punched in the face by a Scientologist and just take it and not do anything. That is what I'm committed to. Like, I'll use my words. I might be insulting. I might try to get people's attention. I might be dramatic. I might try to say exactly what the fuck your crimes are and like what the laws are if you were actually found culpable. If the wheels of justice actually turn for you, and when they inevitably do, what might happen? That's what I try to concentrate on. It's pressure. It's what you would do at a picket line. You'd say the bosses all their crimes, all the deprivations, that they're visiting upon their workforce, you do all that stuff. It's the same tactic, and it's effective. It's been effective for 100 years.
Get it all out, selfish.
One more second. You just want to take the door.
Nope. Never touch the building. Good thing I have those live streams.
You just let somebody walk by and you handed the gun to them.
Okay. Kinsey, I agree. Okay? Interesting that you dropped this here now. I agree. He is hurting. Doesn't know how to deal. I do see a lot of good and a lot of light in this person. And, I don't think they're a bad person. I don't have to think that now, but they are actively hurting myself and the people I care the most about in this community. And I will not stand by silently and allow somebody to do this willy-nilly because they can't handle themselves. Do whatever you want to do, hang up the flyers, do all of your science. I'm not saying not do any of that. You come for me, you freaking name me, you slander the people I love. I'm going to call you an idiot, because you are. Huh. So, yeah, where was that? I mean, agreed, but gee whiz. So, yeah, I'll get to that.
I was just trying to do like that. The one-handed hooking that drives you up the back. What's the other guy look like? You like a tanker agent? White, wearing a white sweatshirt and brown pants.
That's fucking
I had just
creative.
spoken to somebody, and
That's
so they were
fucking
all, like some UT student was my accomplice now.
Only picked up in front of the door after the issue.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely, attempted murder, which should be prosecuted as such.
Please wait for your contact to return.
And honestly, I've put that over on cops who've reflexively, immediately agreed. They know how fucking dangerous this shit is, and it denigrates policing. So they're used as just some like automatic muscle to like settle freaking disputes between, well, at first gamers on Twitch, and then it was anybody. Scientology's been doing this for some time. Okay, so that's the end. They got cut off. That person got cut off, and then they called back with this.
On the 911, do you need police, fire, EMS, or mental health services? I was just disconnected. We're in the middle of a call.
I need to attempt a murder by cop on somebody that I don't like talking mean about my child trafficking call.
What address is yours? Have a look at the call. 2200 Guadalupe. And the church Scientology? Yes. I have that in front of me.
Yep.
I'm going to get have the phone phone on me. I'm yelling the police are here. We're driving right now with the phone on. It looks like we got two of them pulling up outside.
Okay, so, and I have the body cam. Police respond, they get this call, lights and sirens rushing through Austin, speeding through lights to get to me as quick as they can, because they believe, Scientology has told them, that there is a mad person who is armed, who is making terroristic threats, who is threatening over 40 people within a so-called church. I did none of these things, and the video evidence of my live stream clearly proves it. Go ahead and watch.
Okay, good. Like right now, he's literally just writing on the ground, child traffickers in front of us. The police are making contact.
So is it just me, or did that dispatcher sound just a little bit fed up at the end? You know, just a little bit fed up. Oh, they're there. Oh, do I have to listen to your stuff anymore? Like, I know these are crazy, spurious claims that will lead to naught, and you've been, you know, misusing emergency services in this town like crazy. And so, from this incident, you know, we had, that's 3 to 4 different units, 4 different officers. So, a lot of what's in the CAD notes is what you just heard. So, like, gun in the waistband, is the caller an employee, you know, brandishing a shotgun, unsure where shotgun went. So it's all that still what you just heard, which is all a lie, as proven by my video evidence, which I have to say over and over again because of the seriousness of what had been done to me, which I say is tantamount to attempted murder, and for the claims that are being made against me by this person, which are all those crazy things, which none of them happened. So that's why I'm repeating myself over and over again, to make it clear. So let's see, officers keeping an eye out, they, you know, blah, blah, kick the door. Let's see, there's a duplicate call. So they had multiple people call, but there was subjects, let's see, backed up, cancel. Well, this isn't the one that has the, no, here it is, sorry. So, let's see, maybe I can present the document. Hold on. Let's see, where, not there, it should have gone to the downloads. So, let's see, uploading. So, what we're looking at is this, and let's see, I don't know, I don't even know how to zoom on this stuff. Because that's not big enough to be able to read, but let's see, about halfway down, it says 2024, 17, colon 45, B401 per B490, possible swatting. If second caller can upgrade history of swatting calls. So, that is 911 dispatch being alerted by the address and the nature of these calls, being aware of a history and a pattern of swatting by members of the Church of Scientology, which we also have evidence of, because they're not smart. Aaron wants to say this isn't serious. Get bent, buddy. I remember you're the one that got arrested for being a dumbass. Picked a fight with a known dangerous person who, like, he stepped into other, like, went down an alley with his dog, sicked his dog on people. What did you think was going to happen? And you got your butt arrested. Now, every time we are confronted with these assaulters, we know. We back away. We take the hit, and it's another feather in our cap. It's another piece of evidence against them. But, you know, you don't do anything physically that way, if you can possibly. And for me, or for somebody like ASL, like over 6 foot tall, broad-shouldered, looking like they might be able to handle themselves, is even more of a threat, and you have to be more aware. No, of course, Aaron's not a real protester. He play acts protesting. And like there should be levels. There should, like, people don't have to do what I do or what Pearl does or what Laura does or what D.o.A does. People don't have to do that style. They don't have to do any style. But to say that what it is that we've done, the sacrifices that we've all made on the street has been ineffective or counterproductive is just not fucking true. And it's borne out by so many facts. It's not just the facts on the ground. Like, we hear back from under the radar people as to, like, what effect we're having and whether or not we're going in the right direction. People that actually have family members on the line that they are trying to freaking save right now. And unlike some of these kind of, I don't know, like self-aggrandizing naysayers, they've got real skin in the game. They're trying to help us. Unfortunately, for many people who calls themselves anti-Scientology protesters, you're not helping everybody anymore. You're trying to squeeze people out. You're trying to say, this category is acceptable, this category is not acceptable, and so don't even regard any of these people that engage in this way as, like, possibly having anything of the truth. And engaging in the language of dehumanization. And it's unnecessary. It kind of shows your hand. Like, it shows what you're doing, perhaps why, and that it's not for substance. It might be for style or for, you know, kind of ego protection. Because for very many of these people say, okay, so say like attacking. People say that people are attacking the second gens from, say, like, I don't know, people who are just generally critical or might ask some questions. And some of those questions might be pointed. That's not attacking. And if you can't withstand criticism and even ridicule, then, like, as a public figure or say as the head of a philanthropic organization, you're not with your soul at all. At all. So yeah, no, you got to define your terms a little bit, like you are in any argument, any debate. Like, let's get on the same playing field so that we can actually talk about something. We're not talking past each other with different definitions of different terms. So attacking. Yeah, I was said that I was, you know, attacking people over the summer for asking simple questions that had no barb. I was read for filth on multiple channels of some amount of grandeur for asking simple questions. Like, I asked Aaron Smith-Levin one day in his chat, because he was going on and on representing the case with Danny and his lawyer explosion and the funding thereof and the possible hanky-panky going on. And he was assuming to speak for Danny in this matter. I knew Danny did not want that. And so I asked Aaron in the chat, why don't you ask Danny, or maybe why don't you have Danny on? And he puts that up and reads me for filth for like 5 minutes. Right, for just asking the question, because what he was doing in that moment was trying to cloak himself in, being magnanimous and like being the conduit for the funding for this legal protection, even though it had gone tits up. That's what he was trying to do. And then, so he loses all these board members. He has all this criticism levied against him. And what does he do with the criticisms? He moves the argument, right? He goes live, he goes like, in front of Scientology Clearwater and pontificates at length, going after each one of those criticisms and reframing them for his own purposes. And if people can believe that, I mean, I've got bridges and swampland for you. It's a super price. Some of us have been in rooms where serious business has been done long enough to know the examples of what goes and what doesn't. And this guy don't, okay? Like, whatever his largesse, he was given a fund to manage, it's pretty good. It's kind of, starting your professional career born on third base and stealing home. So, not really accomplishments as far as I can tell. And again, like, making your money in finance and real estate over the past 15 years, not a real accomplishment. You're a chump, as far as I'm concerned.
Hell yeah.
You've been making more people homeless by driving up real estate prices. And record levels of homelessness. Thank you very much, thanks. You've been causing more income disparity by your and products and speculation. You've been screwing everything and, getting all the riches and wonderment that kind of crap might buy, but to me, it's not an accomplishment. It's as easy as rolling off a log, especially if somebody lets you into the game. So, that was a distraction, I guess. Like, I still don't have very much love for that guy. Still all this talk went around about, so he has a functional EIN number now. Well, we were around trying to hand money to him that couldn't be handed. Couldn't be handed because they did not have a functional one. And so, what we raised and the efforts that we did here for Squirrelfest needed to be reallocated, unfortunately, because it was not functional. And this person had represented the foundation to very many of us as being ready to go, and it was not. So we made efforts to try to support it, and what did they go do? There's a few people got helped, right? And we know the story of one of them who they attempted to help that they also attacked. So, the other thing Eric got into at some length was, the only way to bring more people in, is to have this be inviting, have this be, I think somebody commented, central nervous system friendly, right? CNS friendly. And I mean, to a degree, fine, but it's not for everybody, and it's not every person's ability to engage in that way, and especially in the face of people that are harming children now, who are assaulting protesters now, who are trying to ruin their lives, who are trying to go after their families, who are trying never ends being differentiated. Like, some of us now have like very
You're worth more than $47 a week. You're worth more than $47 a week. You're worth more than $47 a week. Sea Org members are worth more than $47 a week. You're worth at least $100. At least $100.
real legitimate skin in the game for the sacrifice that we have made for our lives. And you can, I mean, it's up to anybody to decide whether or not that's valid. To me, it is. To me, I will stand on that. I will stand on the contributions that I made to this community and think for myself that I do have a place in it. It's the first time that I've been able to say that to myself in a couple months. I haven't felt like that. I haven't been able to say that in my mind or out loud, but I've just now found myself saying it.
Good.
And I think
Selfless.
All the other people that got kind of ran out by Aaron or the other like attempts, like the people that at one time held a hatchet for him and chopped heads. Like, there are a bunch of people that have fallen along the wayside and that are being attacked right now. It's not just me. It's a bunch of people that are trying to be minimized and trying to be removed. from this community, because people would like to curate it specifically for the purposes of, I think, one person. So, Davey's nice insurance, for the record. All the Beaver Boy nonsense, Scott most toxic, Eric supplements, and tried to handle me about flight. Wow. I mean, your art, what you provided for free for us, for the other Austin protesters, for all sorts of people, for, LA everybody, that's really sad. It's really sad because, what did he have over the summer? It was that. It was your imagery that he was working on. Yeah, he did the physical labor, hammer stapler, a couple hours a day, right? Which, it's something. But, he also made the claim that, I worked the hardest. Give me a break. I'm not sure. Let's bring it close. Not really. We can do Star Wars. There you go. Yeah. Thank you. This is a great one. So he's biting every hand that feeds. That's sad. And I hope it stops. For everybody's sake. Because it's not good for him, it's not good for anybody, any of us. But I also knew that we just passed for a long period of time. If somebody can start the freaking conversation, because it is extremely uncomfortable. It's an extremely uncomfortable thing to have to say, to have somebody abjectly, destructively, and in a dehumanizing manner lie about you. When you've risked your life for this, for him, for anybody. Thank you, Davey. Thank you for everything. I very much hope to be using your wonderful material more, trying to break the chains around my freaking heart and my brain. And this is helping a bit, being able to speak my truth, because I've been living under a pall ever since this show stopped. And just heartbroken. Didn't want to say anything. All that I said was that I was having a difficult time dealing with it. That's all that I said about the show. Wasn't going to say anything. Was going to just let it be. And I think I let this go on. I should have stepped up earlier, because there were signs earlier, there was damage earlier, there was stuff earlier. Which share? 2222, ASL is jealous that we're doing more than he is. He's just obsessed with followers and likes. He doesn't want to end child abuse. He wants to destroy David and scavenge. There's a difference in mentality. I absolutely agree.
All right. This is his What the Fuck Dude. Check it out, man. That was a few hours ago. I'm out of here. I'm going to go hang out with my baby. And got my RV. My RV is fucking clean as a motherfucker. So, I'm peacing out. Much love to y'all. Y'all have a great night.